golf, whiskey, meat, business. This is the Birdies and Barrels podcast. Welcome to the Birdies and Barrels podcast, where golf meets whiskey, business meets lifestyle, and the best conversations happen somewhere in between. Broadcasting from Birdies and Barrels Golf Lounge, a space built for pure swings, strong pours, and real connection. This is where passion, craftsmanship, and ambition collide. From the course, to the glass, to the grind of building something bigger. This is more than a podcast, it's a mindset. Hosted by Brian Bisking and Mike Grillo, two guys bringing together their love for the game, a respect for great whiskey, and a drive to build something that lasts. Each episode dives into the stories, the struggles, and the wins behind the people who live it every day. Birdies and Barrels. Swing, sip, stay.
Welcome, episode 1, Birdies and Barrels podcast, live here at Birdies and Barrels in Lake St. Louis. I'm Mike Grillo here with our co-host Brian Busking. Episode 1, getting started, man. Here we are. It's a reality now.
I tell you what, we're still figuring things out.
We are. Little difficulty with Instagram.
Instagram was having a little trouble there. Apparently, my password that I just changed 2 seconds ago isn't the right password anymore. So I don't know. We'll have to figure that out on the next episode or something.
We'll get there.
Yep.
We'll get there. And then we got, 60 days until we can go live on Facebook.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah,
Thanks, Mark
Facebook's got
Zuckerberg.
some stupid rule that when you create a new Facebook page, you can't live stream for 60 days.
Makes no sense to me.
But Instagram, who's owned by Meta, you can. So, you know what I mean? Meta owns Instagram.
Can we cooperate here a
You
little
would
bit?
think.
I don't know.
Apparently different
Let's see
platforms.
what
I guess.
happens.
I don't know.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about golf, whiskey, business, maybe some meat today. I don't know. We'll
Maybe
see.
some
We'll
meat.
see. We'll
I
see
mean,
what happens. Golf for sure,
Golf for
because we just had the Masters last weekend.
Yeah. It was
Man.
a roller coaster of a Masters.
It was. I don't know if anyone suspected Rory to have the 2 rounds he had after Friday's round.
I definitely didn't. I remember Saturday waking up, checking to see what time he teed off. I'm like, damn, guy's got 6-stroke lead. Like, this isn't even going to be a fun Masters to watch. I thought he was just going to walk away with it.
It was like it reminded you of like old Tiger,
Yes.
right? I mean, he just would dominate everyone.
Yes.
No one's even close.
And then Saturday was interesting, right? Young was making his run on Rory.
Yep.
You had Justin Rose wasn't really doing much on Saturday, but you had Scheffler, who was really picking up on Saturday.
Yeah, and then had an insane round Sunday.
Yes. But then I was watching Justin Rose really closely on Sunday because Justin kept inching closer. And then Rory would go double bogey and then be like, oh shit, they're tied now. And then it was like birdie, birdie, birdie by Rory. It's it was just such a roller coaster. That's the way I can describe it.
It was fun to watch though. I mean, if you I think the stat was Rory was 90th in the field in driving accuracy for the week.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I don't know. It was very, very, very low. And it's how do you score that well and win the Masters?
Well, here's how you score that well. You
Great
go
recovery
there,
chance.
he said he did, 3 weeks in a row, playing practice rounds, and he said he would hit balls from every angle he could possibly hit from. So my guess is he knows that his driver wasn't dialed in, so he's probably over there in the woods practicing. You know what I mean?
Like those fake videos you see where people are like, I'm practicing like I play, and they're hitting out of the woods all the damn time. Yeah, maybe that's what he was doing.
I don't know, but
he almost lost it on 18 though.
Yeah.
I mean, he sliced that drive so bad that it actually ended up okay.
Okay.
If he would have hit it less bad, it might have ended up in a tie.
Hold on, did you notice when he's getting ready to tee off, they're still tee off his second shot, they're security is still moving people. And finally, he puts his hand up like this. I'm interpreting. He was like, "Just quit moving. I'm fine. I'm ready to go. Stop moving the people."
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It was. I was like, he's going to hit those people. I mean, they were in front of him. Now, if it was me, I would have hit those people. He knew what he was doing.
I can't. Every time I watch those guys hit from a bad shot with a gallery, and everyone's just lined up super close to him. I think God, if I had to go do that, I'm for sure shanking one and killing a human being.
So I tell people this all the time. Actually, my nephew, his name is Parker. He's playing golf for Lutheran High, St. Charles Lutheran High.
Okay.
And so I played golf in high school and college. When you have family there or friends there watching you and are like walking and lining with you, I played terrible. I had like nerves. I wanted to play well, right? Like better than I normally do. And it never worked out that way.
Right.
So like my junior year or senior year of high school, I would tell my mom and dad, quit coming. Like I don't, if you're going to come, don't let me see you.
Right.
Right. Like it would just give me so much anxiety to have them there that I couldn't concentrate on the freaking game.
Yeah.
But those
Putting
guys
too much
have
pressure on yourself.
a million people in the stands and they don't give a darn.
That's why they're where they are. and
Yes.
We're here doing,
That's
we're here doing a
exactly-
podcast.
That's exactly
about
correct.
them.
That's exactly
Right.
correct. That's exactly correct.
Yeah, it was a hell of a fun tournament to watch, though. That's for sure.
And the poor Tiger memes all
Oh,
weekend.
geez, man, that poor guy.
I almost thought I was like, well, I'm gonna add one of those the video of him pulling in the Range Rover that rolls, and then he like hobbles out with a bottle of Jack Daniels and runs up to Rory, and I'm like, I'm gonna throw that in here just to make people laugh. And I was like, nah, I probably shouldn't do that.
AI is wild with that stuff.
We were talking about that last night.
Man, it's funny though. I mean, listen, you're worth like over $1 billion. Just get a driver. Come on, man.
And
What are we doing?
The whole excuse of like, I don't want a driver because I like to have my privacy and I like to be private. I think to myself, like, well, what are you doing that you don't want people to know?
It's also fair.
You're dating the president of the United States' ex-daughter-in-law and his grandkid's mom. I mean, you can't get away with too much shit, or he gonna find out about it.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
That's fair.
So it's like, what are you doing that you're afraid to hire a driver?
I don't know.
But I think, I don't know, was you and I were chatting about it or what? I think my suspicious is like that's normal for him. Like when he was driving that day, in
Yeah,
his
that's-
mind, he wasn't high,
Right.
right? Like that.
He's just taking painkillers all day, every day.
Correct. And
That's
he's
it.
yes,
Yeah, he doesn't even know.
he doesn't even realize it.
Yeah.
Right. And I
Yeah.
think there was somebody on the Masters. It may have been Jack Nicklaus. I don't remember who it was, asked about him, and they were like, "Look, I know how many surgeries he's had. I know how much pain he's in." He's like, "Think about it. He has what, a fused ankle, fused spine. I mean, he's had so many surgeries on his body. Of course he hurts. Of course he's in pain. But
Got to figure something
gotta
out.
figure
though, man.
something
Yeah, you
out.
can't be
Yeah.
addicted to painkillers for the rest of your life.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's just sad to see him go downhill. We my wife got me tickets to go to TGL in Florida,
oh nice.
which was super cool, super fun experience. Very small. The venue's huge, but the seating is small. There's not a lot of seats. I think like 1,500 seats.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
We went when Jupiter was playing, so we got to see Tiger. He wasn't playing, but you got to see him, and you're close to him still. And even there, like, and they'll show him on the big screen, and like his eyes are just like glassy all the time. And I'm like, man, is that him being high, or is his eyes just glassy all the time? I don't know.
Maybe a combination of both.
Yeah, it might be, but
That might
yeah,
be his new normal.
nonetheless. So
Where did you go to the PGA Championship at Belle Reve in 18 when it was here?
yes, we did. We went Sunday. That was like one of the last times he was competitive
Correct.
on a Sunday, and still had like the Tiger crowd like
Yes.
following him around, which was super cool to be a
It was
part of. It was
amazing.
wild. Were you there too?
So I was there. I went to the one of the practice rounds, and I went both Saturday and Sunday. And I followed Tiger on Sunday. Saturday I actually followed Brooks Koepka, who ended up winning.
Yeah.
But yeah, I followed him on Saturday or Sunday, I should say. And like for me to you, he would walk by me, just like, wow, there's Tiger Woods.
I know,
I don't get starstruck about really anybody, but there'd probably be two people in the world that I would starstruck over: Michael Jordan, because I like idolized the guy as a kid,
Fair. I
right?
would too. Yep.
And then like Tiger Woods. Other than that, I'm like, yeah, you poop the same way I poop, dude. So I don't care if you're a celebrity or not. But those two people were like
Yeah.
my idols as a kid.
Yep.
I was a big golfer and I loved the Bulls. So
Yeah. I mean, if you a kid growing up in the 90s who loved sports, if you didn't like the Bulls, I don't know. And like, I mean,
Especially
you
in
were
this area.
NBA Jam.
oh heck
I
yeah.
mean, that was the game.
He's
right?
on fire.
Yeah, dude. You know, there were teams that I liked watching just because of NBA Jam,
Yeah.
which is funny, but you
Yeah.
know, whatever. That's how that works. Yeah, dude. So tell me about your Fairway Fathers brand you started. So
Yeah.
obviously they were one of the sponsors, and Grillo's is a sponsor, obviously, both other of our businesses. But tell me a little bit about how you created that and what the deal is.
Yeah. So about maybe a month ago now, maybe not even that long, 3 weeks ago, my wife has always done like shirts. So she's always had like a heat press and DTF and embroidery. And like when she quit teaching, she decided to stay home, and to give her something to do, she started this business called Nap Time Creations, which basically she would just do custom vinyl T-shirts for anybody who wanted them. And she was like doing $3,000 and $4,000 a month in sales. Like, I mean, she was killing it. Families going to
Doing
Disney
it
World.
at the kids' nap time.
Correct.
Is that why it's called that?
Correct.
Clever. I like it.
So she was, making T-shirts for families going to Disney World. She was making school shirts for like Spirit Day, all this stuff. And after we had our second kid, there was no more time to do that because she was just busy with 2 kids that were 51 weeks apart. So that was challenging on itself. So the business kind of got paused. And so about a month ago, I said, "You ever thought about starting that up again?" She's like, "Yeah, I'd love to. I just need somebody to help me with it." And I'm like, "Well, I got the time now." And so we rebranded it to Five Co-Creations. And so we still do custom shirts and all that. But I've always been a big golfer. I was raised in a Christian household. Faith is very important to me. We go to church every single Sunday to Element Church here in, I guess that's Winsville. And I started researching like golf brands that are out there that are faith forward. And there's really like one, maybe 2. And the second one is more of just an overall apparel brand. Doesn't necessarily focus on golf, but it has a golf line.
Golf line. Okay.
But there is one other one out there, and I won't mention their name, obviously. But that's their mission. And so the mission of Fairway Fathers is to provide fathers with golf apparel that puts your faith at the front of your life. And so we just launched it probably about 3 weeks ago. We're still trying to get inventory in, and that's a whole process I've learned. Like, it's not easy as you think it would be. Like, I'm thinking, I just go to China and buy this stuff. No, I mean, you can,
Right.
but you got to buy like 1,000 of them, right?
Yeah.
And then if you don't want somebody else's logo on, like if you don't want Travis Matthew polos and you just want a blank polo, there's not a whole lot of options.
Yeah.
And so it's been an interesting experience. So we just got these hats in.
I love the logo.
Thanks, man.
Logoing's great.
Yeah, it's basically 2 F's and in the middle's a cross.
Yep.
So yeah.
The negative space.
Correct. The negative space makes the cross. Yeah. So yeah, you can check us out. 5cocreations.com/Fairway Fathers. And we had shirts, polos, hats. We'll get into more stuff as we try to get this going. And we'll be at your golf tournament on May 30th.
Yeah, May 30th. Yeah.
You just told me you have, how many teams do you have?
Well, let's see, 36 is sold out, and we have plus 39 total teams. And we have 2 on a wait list. So if you're listening and you're not going to be there, let me know.
Yeah,
we have people that want to be there.
Right.
But I think I've secured pretty much everyone. I was sending out some emails yesterday, and just kind of securing some of the teams I haven't heard from in a while. But yeah, man, it sells out every year. It's a great time. Obviously, owning Grillo's and all the distributor relationships we have, there's a lot of liquor there. And then we do the brats next door, and then Mike at Bear Creek, his kitchen staff cooks them for us.
Nice.
So that's nice that I don't have to do that, because cooking.
Do you play that
200
day,
brats,
you get to play? Okay.
Yeah. So man, like, I'm too much of a golf junkie not to play. I probably shouldn't play. It would probably be just as much fun.
Yeah.
Just driving around and messing around with everyone. But I just love to play in it too. So yeah, I get up there at like 8 in the morning and start setting stuff up. And by the time everyone, gets there, we have lunch. We have a good lunch. We have a great dinner. Josh Hess from Hess Hogs Barbecue. I don't know if you've met him or not.
So
he'll probably be on here at some point as a guest, I would imagine. But we sponsor him for his barbecue competition team.
Got it.
And he does the pork butts and pit beans for us. We do pulled pork and pit beans for dinner. And man, it's freaking delicious. And after like a 7-hour round, like
you want
to dominate that stuff for sure. So
Well, I mean, hats off to you. This is your 5th year doing it, 4th
So
year.
this is actually our 6th year
Oh,
with the
6th.
tournament. So it's the 6th year with Grillos. I ran the tournament previously for
Gotcha.
and I ran it for almost 10 years there. And it was still very successful there.
Wow.
And we had built a good following. And when that stopped and
Yeah.
when I started with Grillos, we obviously like
Carried
our
on.
reach was way bigger. And so like I mean, the day I release it, and we were just talking, the day I release it, half the spots are gone.
That's
that
awesome.
day. So it's a lot of fun though.
So you just commented about being a golf junkie. Obviously, we're sitting in the Birdies and Barrels Golf Lounge.
Yes,
So
we are.
where did the idea come from? Your 1-year anniversary is coming up here on May 2nd.
It is.
It's open to the public, by the way.
Yeah.
You can check that out on Facebook.
Yeah, come hang out. We got
I just asked the wife last night, can we get a babysitter? She said yes.
Should.
So, okay, good.
Yeah. I'll answer that question, but to go on the May 2nd thing, we're going to do for 4 hours in a row. So each hour block, we're going to do a closest to the pin contest with a $100 prize.
Nice.
And that's all open to the public. There's no cost to get in. Just come hang out, have fun, hit some golf balls. So we'll run that. I believe we start at 4.
Yeah.
4 to 8. So every hour, 5 o'clock hour, we'll do one, and then so on and so forth. And then we'll have other stuff. We'll have lots of whiskey out to drink and sample. We'll have free beer. We'll have some light food. It'll be a good night. And then once 8 o'clock hits, we'll be done with the organized stuff. And then after that, it's just kind of let's hang out, party, have fun, hit some golf balls, maybe play some scrambles.
Yeah.
I don't know, be degenerates and bet on some other nonsense. So that's what's important.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. But no, so the idea for here was kind of twofold. One, I thought there's nothing like this around that is the like locker club concept with golf and like more like a country club vibe.
Yep.
And that's what I wanted. There's other golf simulators, and a lot of those are either big conglomerates like X Golf, or they're like way more coaching centric. So when we started this, I was like, man, I want somewhere where you can just you could come hang out with your friends, whoever. You could come to have cocktails here before dinner with your wife, and then go out to dinner or come back here afterwards, and just and whatever. So we wanted that casual atmosphere, and obviously being the big golfer, the simulator industry is growing.
Yeah.
And I thought it would just be a really cool opportunity to combine these two concepts. And Grillos is literally right next door behind us here. So when this was a GameStop, and the landlord came to me and was like, hey, I know you were talking about some other ideas, but I just found out GameStop's not renewing their lease. If you want to negotiate some stuff, let us know. So I did. And we came to a reasonable agreement, and we took it over on March 1st, and we opened May 1st.
Yeah.
So from GameStop's thing to what this place is right now in 2 months was wild.
You did a lot of stuff on yourself,
I did,
too.
yeah.
I just remember coming up here at times to grab meat or whiskey or whatever the heck I was grabbing, and you're in here with dust all over you, paint all over you. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
Trying to cut a corner,
Right.
which I get. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but there's a Three Kings that opened in the parking lot of where
in Cottleville.
in Cottleville, right where Barrel Room Bourbon Club was at. And that gentleman, the owner, and his wife would be in there till midnight, mudding and doing stuff, because they were so over budget on the build out that they were trying to do as much as they could themselves to try to recoup some overhead and costs. I'm like, I get it. I'd be doing the same thing.
Yeah. Well, listen, once I found out how much those TrackMan units cost, then I was like, I'm going to be doing a lot of this, as much build out as I can myself. Right. And the company who built it out for me is called RFC. Andrew Bystrom is one of the owners there. He's a good buddy of mine. He comes to Grillos all the time. He's in our whiskey club. He's a good dude. And so he was obviously the first person. I was like, hey, can you do the build out? And of course, him being a friend. And then I got to meet one of his workers who was up here a lot. And so I would imagine most of the time they'd be like, get out of our way.
Yeah.
Quit messing with us. But I'd be in here on scaffolding, and they're on scaffolding, and we're working around each other. And so, yeah, I mean, it was fine. It was a lot of work, man. So, I would go over to Grillos in the morning, and I'd be there until prep was done. We'd get all of our prep done, and then I'd come over here and I'd work, and then I'd go back over there and come back. So yeah, it was a lot of back and forth, and it was wild. It was a stressful period of time, but it was obviously well worth it. And I love it right now. We're sitting at, I think 29 total members, and we'll be capped at 50. So we're still trying to inch our way there. And we've done some other options, which you're one of the social members up here now, which is one of the new options we did. It's a lower cost, and you can pay for golf outside of that. Because we have some members that are like, man, I love it, but I just don't know if I'll golf that much.
That's me.
And so, yeah, we have some. I'd say it's probably split now. It's probably a little over half are like full members where they can play as much golf as they want. They can come up here every day for 4 hours and play. Which when you look at like the rates, it's like $60 an hour to play at X Golf. So it's like if you played 1 4 hour round here, you're close to paying for your monthly membership.
Dude, when I was a member at Whitmore, which is when you started this, I was like, man, I'd love to be a member, but I paid a boatload of money for Whitmore that I don't ever play either, by the way. And so I finally last year told my wife, I'm like, we're paying so much money for this country club, and I have played golf once out there.
It's an expensive round of golf.
That was the most expensive round of golf I've ever played. Okay.
Yeah. You could have played any course in the world.
In the world. Trust me. So we finally canceled that. But even there, it was like $40 an hour to use their simulator, and I'm paying them $800 a month to be a member.
Right.
And so, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
So when you have 2 kids like me, 5 and 4, and a third on the way, unfortunately, although I told my wife, this year I'm going to take 1 Saturday a month and I'm going to go play golf.
Yeah, it's important, man. So
I never,
I don't know if you can call golf self-care, but like you got to have your hobbies, right? You can't lose yourself totally to family. Like, of course, family is important, but like you still have to have your hobbies and things 100%. That keep you fueled.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah,
I would say the last couple of years, and it's not anybody's fault but my own, I haven't put that as a priority in my life, right? When you have 2 kids that are so close in age, and they, you learn how to be a dad, you learn how to balance work and dad life, and you know what I mean? And so, my wife's like, yeah, you should do that. I'm like, I'm going to.
You got the okay now.
I got the green light.
Now it's all
if she's watching this, you hear me. She might be the one person watching us, but we got somebody watching.
That's all right. That's good. We'll grow that.
I will for sure.
But speaking of hobbies, though, both of one of our hobbies is whiskey.
Yes.
And you brought this kick-ass bottle sitting here in front of us. You've never had it.
Never
right?
had it.
I've had 1 pour of WLW. A really good customer from the shop, came in one day, and a while back on Fridays, a buddy of mine, Dusty Sanders, who will probably be on this show at some point too.
Yeah.
He was up there for our impromptu happy hour. He would come up and we would just sit around and drink whiskey and bullshit a little bit. Customer came in and he's like, "What you guys doing?" And we're like, "Oh, drinking." So we offered him a pour. He has a pour, hanging out, and he's like, "Hold on, I'll be right back." He goes out to his car. He comes back and he has a 2-ounce little handshake bottle of WLW. I want to say it was like a 18 or a 19. It wasn't a 20. But anyway, he's like, "Hey, I had this and I was going to give it to someone, but we changed or whatever." And he's like, "You want it?" And I was like, "Dude, what? Why would you even ask that question? That's silly." Yeah. So pour that puppy in a glass. And man, it is absolutely incredible. It's the best, in my opinion. I've had the only BTEC I haven't had is Eagle 17. In my opinion, that's the best of the ones that I've had.
The only one I have not had is Sazerac.
Yes, I think Saz is 18.
18? Is it 18?
Yeah.
I think it is,
Yep.
That's the one I have not had. Or tried. I don't own it. But.
So I'll have to let you do the honors to crack that bad boy.
Let's do it. So little story about this bottle. As someone who are watching may or may not know, I was part of the Barrel Room Bourbon Club for a while. And when I decided to depart from there, I bought this was my celebration gift.
Yeah.
And so I told my wife I was going to save it for something very special. And on our wedding anniversary this year, I was like, I think I'm going to open that. She's like, but I can't drink. She's pregnant, And I was like, yeah, I don't want to open it just for myself. I was like, oh, my 40th birthday is this year. Maybe I'll open it for my 40th birthday. And then we decided to do this podcast. I'm like, there's no better way to celebrate a new beginning, which is, what this is, than to celebrate with a little WLW.
I mean, I can't think of a better bottle to break out for it.
And I don't even hear this, if I'm being honest with you.
where are we at? 129 proof.
Oh, Jesus loves me.
Yeah. And some people might know just by that. I forget where they
I
put the
have no
markings
clue.
on there. It might be on the
Eric, you
there's
want
a
to try
laser
some
code.
WLW?
What do you got over there?
William LaRue Weller, buddy. WLW from the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection.
You're more welcome for
See, that's what happens. If you're a member up here, sometimes we'll be doing this stuff and you might get offered something like that. You never know.
Yeah, we're live. That's okay. You can talk. That's the point. That's the fun part of being live, right?
Yeah.
That's what we talked about.
Yeah.
And by the way, it also doesn't make me have to edit for hours.
No more. No
Based
more.
off Bennett,
No more
Exactly.
hours of editing.
the
Yeah.
benefits.
You want to pour?
Man, that's fantastic.
Oh, you're good. We got your arm in the camera.
There you go, buddy.
The benefits right here.
Enjoy with us. Yeah.
Oh my God, that is good.
Such a good nose for
Holy
130 proof.
I know. And
Man.
flavor profile.
Well, we just had Whiskey Club last night and we were up here
Yep.
nearly in the same
Almost the exact
vicinity.
same spot.
Yeah. And man, we had this table in front of us was completely covered in really good bottles.
Yes, it was.
And I said, last night, I don't know if you remember me telling you this. I was like, people got to stop pulling out these really good bottles that I want to try because I want to be able to drink whiskey tomorrow.
Oh, at 1 o'clock. I was like, well,
Yeah.
if you're not going to drink whiskey, I'm not bringing WLW. By the way, anybody who's watching, I don't even know how many people are watching right now. Grillo pulled up South Park episodes last night, and I literally got home. I told my wife about it, and I was hurting. My gut was hurting from laughing over the dolphin episode.
Oh man. I don't know. So it was funny because we were talking about the episode. I was telling you guys about it, and I was like, yeah, it was like 10 years ago. And you always hear people say this thing, like, especially like people our age. We're like, yeah, that was like 10 years ago. And it's 20 years ago. That literally is what happened last night. I was like, yeah, it was like 10 years ago. I looked up the episode. It was 21 years ago. And I was like, why? Why is time like that?
Well, that
That's
would make
ridiculous.
sense though, because like South Park was huge when I was in
It
high
was-
school.
It was season 9. So
Oh,
it was
wow.
9 years into the show. But yeah, if anyone remembers those early episodes of South Park, I think it was Gerald,
Yeah.
Kyle's dad.
Kyle's dad.
He wants to turn himself into a dolphin.
Into a dolphin.
So he has a dolphin plasty or some
Yeah.
nonsense. And yeah, it was, man.
It was funny.
Yeah.
But
You go on a deep end on their
Yeah.
nonsensical jokes. But
it was funny. What were we talking about before that though? Before I brought up South Park. Oh, bottles last night at the Whiskey Club.
oh yeah.
That Buckner 13 that Brian Meyer brought was really, really good. I don't know if you
Yeah,
got a
that
chance
was,
to try it.
I did. That was a hazmat one too.
Yes, it was like
142. Yeah.
It was really good.
The,
What do you think,
It's
Eric?
amazing.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's amazing.
It's good stuff.
Mike, have you talked to them about how we played softball and you said, hey, I just left BFM. I'm thinking about opening this up over here. And I said, that's an amazing idea. How
With-
original was as far as the meat market.
For the meat market side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How it would flourish.
So Eric here, who's a member up here, is up here working today. Who wants? I mean, you're on. I heard you on the
Yeah,
phone
you're
back
making
there,
calls back there.
busting balls,
Thank you.
If my boss is watching right now, this is work too. I'm just marketing myself.
right? Yeah, we used to play softball when we were young and spry. I think we could still go, buddy.
I think so.
I think
Do
we
they
should,
have
we
men's
should
leagues
try
out
it.
here?
They
We
don't
would
know-
pull hamstrings for sure.
They don't know about the antelope. The antelope's in the
Right.
outfield. Watch out.
Yeah.
It's-
Look, I cover some ground, man.
you're
Those
on
long
the
strides.
left. You don't drop anything.
Yeah, but yeah, we were playing softball, and I brought up the idea to all you guys out there, and everyone was like, "Dude, yeah, that's great. Go for it."
Yeah.
So
Well, I
it's
mean-
always good to get support. When like Grillo's is my first business I ever owned and opened.
We
on
talked
my
about
own.
that last night too.
And man, it was terrifying because it was in COVID. It was 2020, and I was like, dude, we have to do something. I mean, I can't not work. And I was in the fitness industry, and so I was doing actually at the time I had quite a few online clients, and I was coaching online. And it was like probably 3 hours worth of coaching a day. And for the time it was invested, like I made fine money. Like
Sure.
I made 8-hour job money in 4 hours. cool. It's great. But I was like, I can't do this. I don't think I can do this forever.
Yeah.
Just sit in front of a computer for 4 hours straight,
Yeah.
It just, I don't know. It wasn't, I did it for a short period and I was like, this isn't my vibe. Can't do it. And my wife and I had talked about once we moved out this way in 2015, we had a meat market in North O'Fallon off Highway P. It was called Jeremy's at the time. Now it's just called Highway P Meats. But we went there every weekend because it was right down the street from us. So, we always got our fresh meat from there, and we got out here and there was nowhere close.
Yeah.
And we went to, I'll say, an unnamed meat market that's also relatively in the vicinity out here. And it just wasn't up to par. Just wasn't great. And so I was like, it's not worth the drive to go out there. And yeah, so that was kind of like, that's a long time ago. That's where like the conversation literally started. I was like, man, it'd be cool to open a meat market out here. Like, there's obviously
But like,
needs
where
in the area
did
growing.
that thought ever come from?
Opening a meat market?
Yeah, like
Just that. Like,
that was it.
there was nothing out here, and I was like, man, we go to a meat market every weekend. I'm sure there's other people that go to meat markets every weekend, and there's nothing out here. And so that was in like 2015, and that idea just kind of lived in the back of my brain for years.
That's crazy.
Until the time hit to where it was like forced upon me.
Yeah.
Not that 2020 was the best time ever to open a business, but I will say two things. One, people were eating at home more.
I was just getting ready to say the same damn thing.
So I think it helped us,
Yeah.
in all honesty. And people were drinking a lot more. They were stuck at home all the time. Like everyone's out driveway drinking with their neighbors all the time. That's what we were doing. So
That's exactly.
and then whiskey was like booming then. The
God,
secondary market was, shit, that bottle would have been $2,500 on secondary 5 years ago.
Probably,
And so the whiskey market was booming, and whiskey's been a big passion of mine and hobby for a while, like a long time. So that was like an easy, but I want to do something different. I just don't want to be like a standard grocer meat market. Like I didn't want the grocery aspect. So I was like, I think if we couple whiskey in there, we got something that's unique then still workable,
Well, you're still the only one. To my knowledge, the only meat market in Lake St. Louis, Wentzville. I don't.
Yeah, there's not one in Wentzville. There's not one in Lake St. Louis besides us. Not in Dardenne. And then you got in O'Fallon, you got Rallo's, and Cottleville, you got Meninos.
Right.
That's really about
But
it.
yeah, but
until
like
you start to get out towards the city.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Even for like guys that prep like me for Mike's quality of meat is on a different level.
100% agreed.
You're so used to the grocery store, the supermarkets, and then Mike's like, hey, I'll prep all your food. Come in Sundays. What do you want? How many pounds of ground beef? How many pounds of ground chicken? You don't go back.
Yeah, we do our grind we do is a lot different next door. So we do a single muscle, single cow grind. So like you go get grind at a grocery store and they're grinding massive batches. Like their grinders are enormous.
Yeah.
And like you have to have like a garden hose to clean them. You can walk in them. They're huge. The grinder we use is like a small portable tabletop grinder because we don't have the space.
Sure.
That's what we needed. And so because of that led us to the opportunity to do small batch grind. So we use an IF round. It's from the round section. And it is, it's nearly like the perfect percent to get like an 85, sometimes a little leaner, 85-15 grind. But we just do one of those, chunk it up, grind it, double grind it, and then put that in our display. And then that sits by itself. It lives by itself. And then we'll do another one and we put that in a thing by itself. And so, every time you get a pound of ground beef, it is one muscle, one cow. That's it. You're not getting other stuff mixed in there.
That's crazy.
So,
That's
yeah,
good.
it makes a big difference.
And talk about also where you get your meat from. Very different from where Chinooks will get their meat from.
Yeah, so the Hereford breed is a totally different beast, man. It's their breeding guidelines are a lot tighter than Angus.
Yeah.
So I believe that to be called black Angus, there has to be like a 25% or 30% pure bloodline. Like that's what you have to document and show. But with Hereford, it's closer to 90%. So their breeding guidelines are a lot tighter to be called a Hereford. And
Gotcha.
their certified program is what's really important for us, is that they do all local Missouri farms. So there's like a little map on our window over there, and there's a bunch of pins all over the state, and all those pins represent a Hereford farm, certified Hereford farm. And so they'll process cattle from there. And so some of those farms will have processing on site, the bigger ones, but most don't. And they'll truck their cattle out to a processing plant. The good thing about being local is that the cattle aren't traveled far, so they're not stressed out. But like you imagine if I buy 100 head of cattle from Texas and they have to get trucked up here to a processing plant, that's a pretty stressful situation for a cow to be in for, 20 hours, 15 hours on the road.
Yeah.
And so that makes a huge difference. They're traveled, 50 miles, 100 miles tops.
Yeah.
And that makes a huge difference on the quality of the meat. But yeah, there's a lot of other nuances that Hereford does too, but our steaks, like, we have people come in and get the steaks and they're like, I don't know how I'm going to eat another steak from anywhere else. Like, these are just
agree.
the best I've ever had.
The ribeyes are amazing. I had one last week.
You don't get the steak from here, you won't go back.
100% agree.
Yeah.
And then, when you come get the grind from here, you come get the ground chicken from here, look at the difference from when you buy it from Walmart or Schnucks or those other brand stores, what the difference is and where you're cooking and from where you get it from mine.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe that.
Try it one time and you'll never go back.
Yeah, I believe that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the chicken, the ground chicken in general, like, we get it from Winneman. They're a meat market in Illinois. RS and the meat market, they're a processor in Illinois. But they source as much local as they can. But we get our chicken. It's not, like a lot of the grocery stores, it's well known that they're injecting
Sure, of course.
liquid solutions to increase the weight and all that stuff. And we don't do that. We spend a little more time cleaning up our chicken breast too. So like if you buy them from the grocery store, sometimes you cook them and you're like, what's this nasty tendony crap in here? Like, that's gone already. Like, that's not on our chicken breast. So like we take a little more time to clean those out. And of course that's, it eats into margins a little bit, but it's like, it's 1 ounce for a chicken breast to take that crap out of it.
Has meat prices come back down?
No.
Or are they just still going up?
It's
because I remember
it's brutal right
I feel
now.
like 6 months ago you guys made a post like, hey, we have to increase prices. We don't want to do this, right?
Yeah.
And are they still going up? Or have they plateaued at this point?
They're so
like oil's fucking
November
through the roof right now.
That's a fucking different story. That's a different episode.
It's a different episode, yeah. Well, apparently as of today, the straits finally
the
open.
straits are open. Yeah, but anyway. So we
meat prices.
Meat
Sorry.
prices.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Still your price per pound is still.
Yeah, I mean,
so
it's
much better than
it's
your-
comparative to, like, if you go to Deerberg's, I think they're at like 36 or 37 a pound for fillets,
Okay.
and we're at 38. So like it's
$1?
Yeah, it's close.
And you're supporting a local business.
Right. And
Not
you
the
would, I mean,
Deerbergs,
you would,
guess, technically. I guess you could consider. I don't know if you could. Would you
I mean,
consider Deerberg's local?
I mean,
They're
Deerberg's and
local.
Schnucks, they're both local grocery stores, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not in other states, to my knowledge, but either way, I mean, we're a small family-owned business.
Correct.
Like, I live right
Yeah.
down the road out here, so we appreciate that
Yeah,
when
of
people
course,
come
of
support
course.
it. So, but yeah, man, it's brutal. Like when we opened, the price of ground beef was $5.99 a pound, and we were a little over what the grocers were at, and now we're at $7.99 a pound, and we're a little under what grocers are at for most stuff.
Really?
Which is crazy. And so, yeah, I mean, it just keeps going up. And every year around November, December, ribeye and tenderloin prices spike because they know demand's super high. Like the middle cuts are all super high at that point. So the prices soar. And we try not to raise our prices during that time because we know we're going to do more volume at that period of time. So like, I'm okay with eating a little bit of that margin when we're doing a little more volume.
Yeah.
But yeah, last year they started going up, and I was like, we just can't keep our prices where they are right now. And it's, I think we had to raise ribeyes like $2 a pound. Fillets went up another $1. Our strips went up, I think, $2 a pound. And they're just not. It's not happening, man. They're not coming back down like they used to. So like, to give you an idea, our cost to buy a tenderloin is $20 a pound during Christmas. And we're going to have about 2 pounds of just pure waste off of that. So if we have an 8-pound tender, we have 6 pounds we can sell. You can do the math.
Yeah.
You buy it at $20, you sell it at 38. That's not a huge margin anymore, especially on a meat product, right? Tenderloins have come back down a little bit, but only like $1.50. So it's not as much as they would normally come back. Normally they'd come back down to like 15 or 16 bucks. And so we would lower our prices back down.
Of course.
But they haven't come down enough to lower prices. Yeah. So
Well, look, we just talked
It's,
about meat. We didn't know if we were going to talk
We
about
didn't
meat.
know. We did.
We didn't know, but we just did.
We did.
just did.
Yeah. I haven't tried this enough, man. I haven't got to talk about it
I'm
enough.
about ready to pour me more. It's amazing. I just wish it was cheaper.
Yeah, it's definitely got that, like, the sweet. So
It's phenomenal.
so William E. Weller's their weeded
Wheated.
bourbon, right? And it's got that sweet weeded nose. I kind of get like almost like a cherry, like a caramel cherry in there.
Yeah, it's very, and I like weeded. So I love all the Wellers. I even like the green label, the cheap one. You can find pretty much anywhere anymore. But this is
good.
incredible.
That's really, really good.
Really good.
Yeah, the 107 is probably, I think, the best bang for the buck of their
100%.
lineup. If you can find it, like, they've done some store picks of 107. I have a couple different store picks of Weller Full Proof at home that are just banger bottles. Like, they're so good.
I did a well. I have well, yeah. I think I still have it. I have Jeff Henley's Weller Full Proof that he did.
Yep.
That was a really good bottle.
Yep.
It was a very good bottle.
We'll probably snag someone from St. Louis Bourbon Society out here at some point.
Yeah,
I'd imagine.
probably. Yeah. I
James or Drew, or maybe even Jeff. I'm sure
Yeah.
Jeff would come out and hang
Yeah,
out with us.
I think Jeff's got his own show now, or at least he did. I don't know if it's still going or what, but yeah, all good dudes, all
We'll
good
holler at
dudes.
him.
But I agree. Well, 107 is fantastic. I still like Weller 12. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because it's a little bit harder to find than Antique 107, I guess, maybe. But
Yeah.
I like it.
I've gotten to be just a proof whore, I think, man. Like,
yeah,
if
a
it's
lot of
not
people have.
like a higher proof point, a lot of stuff drinks flat. The only exclusion to that is Michter's products, and by God, their stuff is so good at a lower proof point.
Yeah.
So this was a huge bottle. So my old boss, Chad Brimley, who he owns Breakthrough Rejuvenation over in Cottleville.
Oh yeah.
I worked for him for let's see, 15 years. And so, obviously we got to be friends over that time, and he comes into the shop literally every week now. And so he's, we still talk all the time. He's a good buddy. And he's like, hey, his daughter Jamie is having a baby, and so he's a grandpa now. She just had a baby, so he bought a big bottle to celebrate.
Oh, cool.
And so he came to the shop and he was like, hey, I got that bottle out in the car. You want to pour? He hadn't told me what it was yet, and I was like,
Well, if you need
sure, well, it's like 10:30, Chad, but fuck yeah, I mean, let's go, buddy. Whatever, dude, let's go. And so he brings it out. He opens it up. It's a Michter's 20 year.
Oh Jesus!
And that bottle
I
is
had the
incredible.
Michter's 10, and the 10 it was good.
The 10's incredible. This is a 20, and they're incredibly hard to find. And so he pours me a pour. He pours himself a pour. We sit there and drink it, and God damn, it was so good. And they're always right around that like 100 proof point range, and they're almost never too much higher than that. But their stuff drinks so much at a higher proof point in a good way. Not as far as some of the proofiness and ethanols get concerned, but like the flavor profile is like loaded, like you were drinking a 130 proof.
Well, that's
barrel
what
strength
when you said you feel like you're a high proof snob, or however you worded that.
it was horror. But,
Okay, horror.
It's a family
It's
show.
a family show, right? I don't disagree with you, but I feel like there's whiskeys out there that are high proof. I know there's whiskeys out there that are high proof because they want to be high proof, but they taste
They
like
don't-
straight
They
gasoline.
don't need to be.
Correct.
Yeah,
There's no
100%.
there's no like body to it.
Agree.
It's like you're drinking ethanol. Like you
Right.
could light the son of a bitch on fire.
Agree. But so what I'm saying is, in given the option of a Weller 12 or a Weller Full Proof, like
Yeah,
it's
I get it.
relatively the same product. I'm going to take the higher proof.
Sure, that
Almost
makes
every
sense.
time. Probably, there's probably some bias in my own brain about it at this point now, which whatever, like obviously there's a lot with whiskey that goes into
Oh yeah,
that. But
100%.
yeah, we were, so we're talking about the proof, and we were talking about our newest Barrel King pick that's coming out. And it's one of the higher proof points we've had from them. It's 130 proof.
Oh dang.
And I had posted like a little teaser about it the other day, and people were like, more details. I need more. And so this was our first just straight bourbon blend. We did non-finished, just 4 bourbon barrels, and then we blended from those 4 barrels, and we chose each barrel for a specific attribute,
Really?
which was wild. You know, we went through and probably tasted 20 to 25 barrels with
In
Matt.
one day?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
didn't even know what you were tasting by the end of the day.
Well, we took a break and ate food.
I tell you what.
But yeah, Matt Bunch is their distillery
Yeah.
manager down there now, and it's funny because
He still lives around here,
Matt,
right?
yeah, he lives close. He's in Winsville, but he was a regular at the shop, and we were one of the only retailers for Barrel King when Jared started, and I know Jared from before he started Barrel King, and so we had worked that out, and Bunch was buying some of their stuff. He's like, dude, this is incredible, and I was like, I know, you know,
Yeah,
and so he got hooked. And now he's their distillery manager, which is awesome. Like
Small world,
a cool, like little full circle deal there. But yeah, Bunch is down there and he's like, you guys can like drill into whatever barrels you want. Like these are off limits, these are off limits. And so like he has his little drill and he's like, and you're just right out the barrel and you put a little plug in. And you know, we would try a couple sips. And I mean, you know, you're only trying maybe that much. It's like 2 sips worth to get a grasp on what it's tasting like. And then you mark. We'd put some Post-it notes on the barrels, and you know we'd go back through and we're like, oh, what if we take that barrel that had that really sweet profile and we pair that one with this one that had this really oaky leather tobacco thing, and then what if we had this barrel that had this profile?
So then would you mix those together, then taste it?
So once we picked our 4 barrels, so we're like, we want to blend these 4. Like we can blend something dynamite out of these 4 barrels. So then Bunch pulled samples of all of those, basically a full glen of each one of those barrels. And then we went and ate and drank a bunch of water. And then's the hard part.
I was going to say,
you got to blend your blend now. And so we're using like pipettes, like science class. Like we're like, all right, 4 drops of this one, 5 drops of this one, 2 drops of that, and 1 drop of that. And then you would swirl it real good and let it sit and try to meld as best you can and taste it. And you can tell a difference. Like it's wild. And
I've never done anything like that.
That was my first time blending in that format with just bourbons. We've done blends before with different finished products.
Sure.
Which I think is probably a little easier because the finished products are easier to taste the notes. Like it's easier for your brain to comprehend what's going on there.
Yeah.
But when it's just bourbons with different notes, it's a little more difficult and it's more nuanced. And so it was super fun, man. Like we did a bunch of
biology or like chemistry.
It kind of was. And so yeah, we did a few blends and we had myself, my wife, and then 2 other members from our whiskey, or 3 other members from our whiskey club there. And my wife and 2 of the members from Whiskey Club at one point were like, I'm done, man. Like, I don't know anymore. Like you guys. And so it was me and one of our members, Chris Nye, who's super into whiskey. And
that dude's got
he has maybe a borderline problem.
From what
I love it.
From what I know of him, I've only met the guy one time. He does have a problem, but he loves it. Like I've never seen anybody more passionate about it than anybody in my life.
Because he shares everything, which is what it's meant for, right? Like this is what we're doing today. Like that's what it's meant for. It's not meant to hoard it, and be like, I'm only going to enjoy this by myself forever. Yeah. Like that's anyone that is big into whiskey, almost always, especially if they like to drink it. There's collectors out there, which is that's a different thing. But yeah, he's not a collector. He is a collector in the fact like he wants certain things, but he wants certain things to open them. But anyway, so it was just me and Chris at this point sampling and tasting, and we're trying to nitpick.
Great guy to have on a
dude. He is. He's got a great palate too. And so me and him are trying to nitpick this thing to death, and we finally got it down to what we wanted, and so then Bunch has to extrapolate that out to like, all right, well they did 5 drops of this, 4 drops of that, 3 drops of that, 1 drop of that. What's that going to equate out to in a barrel, a full blend, And so we did a blend. I think it was just a little over 100 bottles is what our total blend ended out to be with the extrapolation that he used. Sure. But man, he brought me a sample the other day, and it is, if you like just old classic bourbon, it is an absolute banger of a bottle.
When's it coming out?
Bunch actually, he bottled it and wax dipped it yesterday.
Oh.
So it's ready to go. We're waiting on our tater sticker.
What's the tater sticker?
So
Is
the
that
tater
secret?
stickers are on the back of the
Well,
Barrel King.
I mean, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
you
what-
know,
I
you
know
know
what
what
tater
guys.
stickers.
Tell
I-
them they know.
Oh, yeah,
Some
they-
people know what tater
yeah,
stickers
yeah,
are. I don't
yeah,
know.
you're right.
We always have the tater sticker at the back of the bottle to somehow go along with the notes and the
Oh,
story.
okay. I didn't realize you
behind
did that. Well, I guess I did.
So
I guess I
there,
did.
so when Jared, before Jared started Barrel King, he was doing, he had a Facebook group and he was doing a bunch of good times picks.
Oh,
And
okay.
Eric was part of these. We'd get them all the time. And on the back of every bottle, there's actually 2 up there on top of the shelves right now. He would do these pinup girls on there for all of them. And we loved it. We were always like, this is great. So you'd name the bottle like toasted vanilla or baked sugar cookies or whatever. And then the pinup girl would be baking sugar cookies. Like super funny stuff, right? And so when we started doing ours, we're like, all right, now we got to name our bottles and we're going to do the pinup girls. Like
One was strawberry
kinda out of
shortcake
that.
or cheesecake.
that was two picks ago. We did our strawberry cheesecake, which was
2 years ago.
yeah, just killer. And
It
it's
was.
like a 1950s waitress serving
Yes.
a slice of
Like in a
of
diner.
cherry cheesecake in
Yeah.
a diner. Yeah. So
Yep.
yeah, we come up with all that stuff, and our label for this one is going to be like Ron Burgundy and Anchorman.
Oh shit!
So it's not going to be obvious that
I'm
it's
wearing
Ron
Sex
Burgundy.
Panther
Like
today.
you're gonna by Odeon
Yes.
with real bits of Panther, so you know it's good. Yeah. So there's going to be a funny little nod to Anchorman on the back label. So our
That's
Anchorman
hilarious.
fans out there will definitely get it.
Yep.
People who aren't Anchorman fans would be like, "Why is this?"
Who's not
on here?" I don't know.
Anchorman? Who's not an Anchorman?
Listen, man, I don't know. The first one of those was one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life. Like I watched, I went to theaters twice to see it. It's like it was nuts. I was like, I was laughing so hard the first time, I missed half the goddamn movie. It was like,
leather-bound books.
yeah. Well,
yeah.
that's where it's going with our next one, buddy.
That's
That's
hilarious.
what's going to be on the bottle.
I
Yeah.
still remember when I pretty much stayed underneath 100, and you're like, E, come on, E, I gotta get you to graduate. Then once I got over 100, Mike got graduated into it. It was just that flavor profile.
It's different, but your palate's got to adjust, right?
Yeah,
Like
100%.
if you take a new bourbon drinker and you give them 130 proof bourbon, they're not going to taste anything.
Anything.
They're just going to get that ethanol heat, and they're going to be like,
Yeah.
this is garbage. Why?
Yep.
What am I doing here? Your taste buds have to adjust to that format over time.
Yep.
And so yeah, now we drink 130 proof bourbon, just sitting here sipping it, and I mean that doesn't taste like 130 proof bourbon.
No,
you know, I mean,
yeah.
but yeah, it's a wild thing to, you know, how many barrel picks we've done. I mean, shit, I don't know. We probably do on average 8 a year, and this is our 6th year in business. It's a lot of barrel picks, and they're all lined up over there across the top, right? So we have people come in all the time that are new, and they're like, "Ooh, can I buy that?" And I'm like, "No." I mean, you can't.
3 years ago.
You can, but you're gonna have to make me an offer, and it's gonna have to be something absurd. So
It's good to buy 2 bottles.
yeah. So there's one bottle of every barrel pick we've ever done lives on the shelf above next door, and you know, maybe that's my retirement fund of some sorts, or you know, I just, you know, they stay there and they go to my daughter or my son one day when they're old enough to
Not in
to drink
college.
them.
Don't give them to
No,
college.
hell no, man.
They need to
We
drink
were
what we drink.
doing like the 4 horsemen shots in college, like
10 high.
dude, just garbage. Old Crow and
Yes.
you know, Barton's vodka. Like, get out of here.
Boone's
If it
Farm.
wasn't in a plastic liter bottle, like, we didn't drink it. You know, we couldn't afford it. So but yeah, look at life, man. Now you can. And it's funny, one of my roommates in college, he lives close out here, right? I mean, literally like 500 yards from me now.
Oh wow.
And he came into the shop when we did our first pick, which is a Knob Creek bourbon, 120 proof. He is not a bourbon drinker. He drinks mainly vodka. But if you ever drink bourbon, in college, it was like we were shooting it. You know, it was like a shot type deal. And so he's like, "Can I try your first store pick?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude." So I poured him a little thing, and he fucking shot it 120 proof bourbon. And I was like, "Oh god, he's gonna throw up all over the place."
Yes.
And as soon as he swallowed it, he was like, "Oh!" Like, he was dying. And if my buddy Laney's listening, this is a shout out.
That's
to my
funny.
buddy Laney. I love you, dude.
That's funny.
It was good though. I thought he was gonna.
Well,
vomit
we're
everywhere.
coming up here on an hour, so let's talk just briefly what we're hoping to do with this show. I'll let you start because this was your idea. I just belong for the ride.
Yeah. Man, really just a way to get out to our audience and have them get to know us in a way that they may not know us, you know. And then obviously like get to talk about things that we're both passionate about. And at some point, you know, when the business structure kind of comes more into play, you know, hopefully that helps some other people out that are somewhere in their journey with different stuff, you know, because I mean, I certainly didn't think that what was I don't know, 38 when I opened Grillo's. Like, I didn't think at 38 I was going to be, you know, I thought I would have had like my career and like I'd have been well established, which I was, but like, I certainly didn't think that would be ending and then I would be opening another new business. And then, you know, obviously like my son was born in 2020 and we opened this in 2020, and it's like doing those things on top of one another again is like, it's really difficult. And you know, it's stressful, but like having the support, and I know like your wife is super supportive of you and everything that you're going after in life, and my wife's the same way, and I'm supportive of her and the things she wants to do, and like having that partnership is huge. But like having someone else to talk to about business stuff is something I didn't have, you know, especially in this format.
Yeah.
You know, the people that I knew for business, like my old boss, like some things were helpful, but like there was a lot. He's like, I don't know, dude.
Well,
Like, I don't know what you got to do over there.
I told you this last night. I mean, I've been in the business consulting world since I was 21 years old.
Yeah.
Started at ADP, you know, consulting businesses on payroll, HR, benefits, workers' comp, you name it. I've pretty much done that my entire career. And then when Kenny and I opened the Barrel Room, I was like, okay, I know I need this, I know I need that. And then it's like, but there's a million things you don't know about opening a business that nobody ever really tells you. They tell you, oh, you got to have an LLC. You got to have an EIN number, right? Like everybody knows that, but there's so many little based off industry too, like can be radically different, right? Like running a meat market and a whiskey store to a membership club, totally different.
Yeah. A lot of different things you got to figure out.
Yeah. So
yeah, I hope like the business part gets to like help other people, and you know, we'll have other guests on from different industries, and hopefully, you know, get to talk about like their difficulties and struggles. And as we get more into this, like we'll get to talk about some of the things that were struggles for us, you know, as well, going through life. And yeah, I mean, hopefully that helps people. And then just like the fun part, like, you know, hopefully us BSing about golf and whiskey and stuff gets other people to, you know, just be entertained on a car ride or or whatever for a little while. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Well, cheers, man. Cheers.
I'm all out, buddy.
You got to pour a little more.
All right, so we got to do.
I mean, you can't cheers with an empty glass.
That's fair. That's fair.
You know what I mean? If you're watching this, we appreciate you watching. We will have Instagram figured out by the next episode.
Next time. Yeah.
And we'll upload this to Instagram as well. And
we'll be on
Spotify.
Yep.
iTunes, probably wherever it pushes it out to. But we'll follow us on social if you're not. Facebook, Instagram. I think we even have TikTok that I started for us.
Yep, we'll start
and YouTube
throwing some stuff out there.
Yeah. But
so
we're doing this every other Friday at 1 p.m. unless something changes.
So we have to change it. Yep.
Yeah, we have to
so
change it.
I think is the next one May 1st?
It is.
The next one. So it'll be the day before the anniversary party up here, which is fine. So that'll be fun. If anyone wants to ever come up and hang out while we're,
as you see, we're live.
podcasting.
So Eric was up here. He had a pour with us.
More than welcome to come hang out.
We got two little couches here. We can always move the camera back so they can be on.
Yeah. They can be on if they want. They can sit in the background and watch and make faces at us if they want. Whatever, man.
Everybody but Keith Collier. He can be.
He can't be quiet.
No,
like he would have to be on camera.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. No, he's
the best.
an absolute great human. Yeah.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, Brian.
Thanks,
Until next
guys.
time.